Well, welcome to Athens. Umana Reyer Venezia are the visitors. Here is the regular season Group C schedule with Olympiana with that loss to Banvit, and then every other game is today. Rosaladom, we're at Estudiantes with the Estudiantes the visitors, Strasbourg and Medi Beirut, and AEK and Umana Reyer Venezia are the nightcap game in this tough group of the Basketball Champions League. Very tight, very congested. We're going to get a look at the group table in a second. Here it is. Banvit with the 3 losses. Venezia with the 3. Medi Beirut with the 3. Strasbourg with 3. Then you go to 4 and 4 losses for Estudiantes and AEK. Olympia still not out of this with the 6 losses. Only 3 games out of 4th place. And there will only be 2 games out of 4th place because one of those teams with the 3 losses will have 4 at the conclusion of game day 9. Umana Venezia had a marvelous first season in the Basketball Champions League. Here's their roster. Made the Final 4 last year before losing to the eventual winners and Tenerife in the Final 4. What an event that was for a first championship weekend in the Basketball Champions League. AEK in their 19th season of European basketball. What a great tradition this club has. Here's their roster. Sakota's had a really nice season. Larantzakis, both with this club and with the Greek national team. Demetrios Mavridis has been a standout, the veteran big man at 32 years old. Shini Elonu on the inside has been huge. They've dipped to 7th place in the Greek league in recent weeks. 5-4 record, had a disappointing 21-point loss to PAOK at the weekend, but that was after the return from Madrid, where they came up with the big performance against Estudiantes last week. In one of the most prestigious and venues of European basketball, the Olympic Hall here in Athens. A little sparse at the moment, the crowd. But Umana Venezia will be introduced to the crowd. They've also had their trials recently, slipping to 6th in the Italian First Division and lost to the current #1 ranked team, Umana Reyer. 19-point loss at the weekend, which underlines some of the issues they've had in recent weeks. Poor performance in the Champions League last week. So AEK Athens introduced to the home fans. Semialu Elonu, the first man out, the big man who really does lead this team around the glass, really does give very effective ring protection. Dusan Sakota fouled out last week in the game against Estudiantes, and before that was a huge factor. Larantzakis has had a marvelous first half to the season, and the coach Sakota, this team is a tough nut to crack, especially at home. Well, obviously these two teams have played before, and it was one of the highlights of the first few weeks of Basketball Champions League, with an overtime 103-100 win for AEK in Venice. And that really set the tone for that week of action in the Basketball Champions League. Really a highlight game. Big overtime. Marcus Green. And then Delroy James just got AEK over the line. 2 seconds to go when James dunked the ball to get the win. It's just one of those games that makes you understand why you love this game. Here are the three officials, the third team on the floor. All smiles just before Christmas. Mr. Antonio, Mr. Sasa, Mr. Boris from Spain, Serbia and the Ukraine will take charge of this evening's game. We'll get a look at the starting lineups in a moment. Thomas Ress, what a great story Thomas Ress is. Veteran, still getting it done. 37 years old now. Here's the starting lineup for Venezia. Orelek, the guy that took the game to overtime on game day 2. Number 12 leads this team in scoring. Dominique Johnson and Marcus Haynes really do have a potency in the backcourt. And this lineup is very quick and can be very up-tempo. Shoots the ball really well for Walter de Rafael. So they're a tough ask and a tough nut to crack. As they show, they know how to win in this format of competition. Making the Final Four last year. Came through a number of really tough two-legged games. Avellino were one of the teams they beat. Ben Spills were another team that they took to 2 legs to beat. Here's the lineup for AEK with Manny Harrison, Aaron Zakis at the shooting guard spot. Delroy James is really going to have to do some work on the glass. Mike Green pulls all the strings, and the veteran Demetrius Mavridis on the inside. On paper, they're a nice team. They're inconsistent, sometimes struggle to get it done day in, day out, but when they are playing well, there is not a team in this Basketball Champions League that they could not get the win on.
We said this row, one side, 2 sides, to check either this picks either so pick out the guard if we have ISO situation or pick
Galagan Sakota, last minute instructions.
Always beginning can create a good game. Let's start good. Come on, y'all.
So just a few moments away from the start of one of the last games of the Basketball Champions League in 2017. Well, we crowned a champion in 2017 in this Basketball Champions League. We've got 300 games to do it in 2017-18, but we reached the end of the calendar year in terms of Basketball Champions League games, and this is 2 of the heavyweights, 2 of the teams that wanted to thought they would go deep into this competition, trying to really set themselves up for the run-in of the regular season. So wherever you're joining us from, it's a really warm welcome to Athens. AEK in the yellow uniform, Umana Reyer Venezia in the red uniform, and Venezia will have the first look at it in the half court. Both teams really do like to control tempo. Mavridis gets a little bit too much of contact. As Mitchell Watt down the lane. And they're going to give Mitchell Watt shots for that. Well, he's a 63% free throw shooter across the Basketball Champions League. Mike Green will get it into the half court, little weave action for Ike. Little lob to the inside, Mavridis gets big and one. Well, Mitchell Watt didn't have to do a lot for Demetrius Mavridis to end up flat on his back, but he gets the two, one to come. Mavridis completes the three-point play. He's only shooting 52% from the free throw line this season. But has no problem converting the and-one play. Orlek will hand it off. Haynes will kick. Ball knocked away, quick hands. Gilroy James's activity. Always those quick hands, always getting after it. James releases, looks inside. Mavridis gets a touch, and there's another whistle. He is just, well, he's too much of everything on the inside for Orlek. There's just too much of Mavridis for Orlek to guard, especially if he wants to play behind him. Well, Mavridis does what Mavridis does. James tries to get open. Mavridis releases long. And Laranzakis comes off the Mavridis screen, turns the corner, needs a pass. Just about gets it off to Mike Green. In the lane, off 1 foot, doesn't get the drop. Watt with a defensive rebound chance for Venezia in transition. Hits the second side early. Harris will move it on. Good ball movement. Creates a space. Pull up is no good. And Mavridis is like a magnet at the moment. And Ike will just trundle down the floor. Ball's knocked away. Double touch. Timing was off, to say the least. Everything ran before the ball was there. Watt goes to work, gets in the lane, goes back to the right hand, knocked away. Great defense. Everyone just collapsed around him. No one moved either. Mavridis, ball fake for two, and he runs the floor and outworks everybody. Great start by the big man. Nice little battle going on with Watt. Watt's going to go quicker. If he wants to go slow and strong, there's only going to be one winner. And Mavridis wins that battle as well. Laranzakis in transition. Mavridis on the trowel, will reverse it. That's a big screen. Three is gone and is off. Defensive rebound. Watt, great out there. Chance to run here for Venezia. No defense is set. Great work on the glass. Tremendous effort. Corella just outworked everybody on the floor. Distinct lack of atmosphere in here at the moment. Mitchell Watt's going to be charged with a blocking foul, and that'll be his second foul, I believe. There you go. End-line possession for AEK. Mavridis again just walks away to relieve the pressure. James once on the inside, too much help. Larentzakis tries to sneak in. Mavridis on the dribble, behind his back. Almost lost it. Well, in fact, did lose it. Turnover for AEK. Good defensive series by Umana Reyer. Korelek dumps it down. Korelek gets the shot away, but what just outworks the opponent, gets the offensive rebound, ties it at 5. Oh, the long 2 off the dribble, not the highest percentage shot in the gym. Dominic Johnson in transition, looks to attack it. Watt gets it down low, they try and space. Wraps it around, Haynes on the penetration off the glass for 2. Nice penetration, strong finish. Turnover. What comes up with a steal? Haynes has it, looks long, knocked away by Larentzakis. Stolen back. Kurela kicks it, almost throws it out of bounds. Messy to say the least. Orelek from the corner. Doesn't get the drop. Defensive rebound by Larentzakis, and everyone catches their breath, and AEK will walk it down again. It's a horn set. Mavridis is fouled underneath. Bruno Kurela found himself in a place he didn't want to be, trying to guard Mavridis around the ring. Kurela will sit. That's not a place you want to be if you're a shooting guard, trying to guard Mavridis. Well, with 5:08 to go in quarter 1, Venezia in the penalty already. And that's what Mavridis does to you if you just let him get too deep. Oh, great recovery by Haynes defensively. Mavridis goes with a bounce pass. Wide open for 3. They get it away at the bottom of the shot clock. And Delroy James just stroked it. Nice pass. Whoa! Down the lane. Mitchell Watt to the bottom of the runway and just took off. Nice ball movement. Again, both teams doing a great job. Hitting the second side. Larentzakis turns and leans back, doesn't get the 2. Watt with a rebound, and Marqueth Haynes will advance the basketball. Turns down and then repositions for the screen, still turns it down. Johnson. Orelek a touch, inside, outside. Johnson wide open for 3. Can't get it to drop. Larentzakis gets yet another positive stat. Harris moves it on to Green. Nice pass. Foul on Johnson as he came across to help. So with Venezia in the penalty, Mavridis will go back to the free throw line. Second trip there this evening. That's why he's a 50% free throw shooter. Never quite looks like it's that smooth. And goes 0 for 2, although there's a whistle. Looks like he's going to get another chance. Takes full advantage of it. We've got a new ball game with 3:44 to go in the first, tied at 9. Marqueth Haynes into the half court. Donu lifts, Haynes gets in the lane and kicks. Puts it on the floor. 6 on the possession. Haynes tries to create a little space. Got to get this up. They take the tough lean away for 3, is no good. Defensive rebound is pulled in by Manny Harris. And AEK Maverides just trundles down the lane for 2. Maverides really active in these first quarter minutes. 8 points from the 11 that AEK have as a group. Johnson outside the 3-point line, attacks it. Goes in the lane, blows the layup. Maverides is fouled again and will take the long walk. Paul Billiger joins the game. I think we've said this when we've seen him before in the Basketball Champions League, had a really effective Eurobasket Championships in the summer, and then was a key component for Italy's 2-0 start in the World Cup qualifiers. Huge win away in Croatia. Just really performs. Just a great role for that Italian team and also for this club team. 13-9, AEK have the lead, 2:40 to go in quarter 1. There's a whistle away from the ball. Wide open, Larentzakis on the end of the break is short with a 3. Defensive rebound is pulled in by Beliga. Well, both teams have started this game pretty effectively. Neither team really has that rhythm. Nice pass, Larentzakis. Well, they talk about back cuts needing to be like quick and sharp and decisive. Well, Maverides just slays it down there. Larentzakis almost a slow-mo on that cut. Great pass by Maverides. Maverides has looked literally a different level here. Points, assists, he's been phenomenal. Umana Reyer Venezia have a lot to come up with in terms of answers here. That's a great start by AEK.
So we play, how we play, do we have a cross move to number 4 to give big to Johnson? Okay. Box 2, so it's box 2. We want to post up Johnson. Right. If they change it, Johnson goes on him. We play 2 for you.
If they stop Johnson out again, we still play box 2?
No. We change.
Johnson is out.
He's out. Okay. We go back. So we go back. We play 5 down. 5 down. If there is no zone, 5 down.
That's it, get it in the half court. Avoy Peric joins it. Bolpin has it outside the 3-point line. Will take the ball screen, looks to turn the corner. Peric, nice cut, beautiful move. That's just great execution. Just beat him on a front cut, turn the corner, gets the layup. All about how well he executed the play. Little 2-3 zone by Umana Reyer Venezia. Maverides again comes up with it, looks long. 8 on the possession. Maverides will come over to set the ball screen. They turn him down. Attacks the middle. Tough shot in the lane by Mike Green. Well, Maverides, for once, misses the ball. End-line possession, Peric gets the 2 away. Larentzakis with the rebound. Nice, quick on the outlet. Harris has it. Offensive foul. That's it, into the half court. Just got to try and stay with this, get a foothold in it. Alpin penetrates, extra pass. Still plenty of time. Nice ball movement. Alpin on the penetration. Someone needs to think about shooting the ball though. Turned over, recovered. Going to be a 24-second soon. 24-second violation. And you can't have everybody wanting to share it. Someone's going to want to shoot the basketball here. Just checking the time, I think, because really did look like the time had expired on that 24 seconds way before it actually was called. Not really sure what the query is. Referee's sure now though. So I think that's what the debate was. The 24-second device or stand, there should be 10 seconds left in the first period. So I'm sure that we'll get that reset. Just need the technology to work now. So instead of it being 8.2, we're up to 10. Plenty of time for Ike to get it down the floor. There we go. 10.3, that'll do. Referee's happy. Everyone else is happy. Ike had 10 to go. Manny Harris kicks it. Baseline penetration. They go with a tough runner for Sakata. And that'll do it. They get it away, and a little too strong, shall we say. But at the end of one, Ike, an impressive 17-11 advantage over Umana Reyer Venezia. A lot of basketball left in this one, but a really nice start on the back of Demetrius Maverides, the 2'9" veteran. Just rolled back the years. Let's take a listen to Coach Sakata.
Change the screen angle. Attack here. Split to roll really to receive and shift behind. How? Don't rush on black defense. Don't rush on black defense. Okay? We go with Vero, Paul, Katz, Riccardo, and Bruno. Let's go.
Let's go.
Here we go, and start of the second quarter. Larantzakis will inbound. Mike Green will want to get Ike back into the same place they were at the through most of that first quarter. Really efficient. So Bolbin trying to do everything he can get. Harris with a quick release on the three is off. And Larantzakis will be charged with the offensive with a foul on the glass. Larantzakis will sit. Bolpin will get it into the half court for Venezia. Quick release on the step back two is no good. Sakata comes down with a rebound, and there's always a certain tempo with the majority of Greek club teams. If you don't have the automatic, you will move the ball relatively slowly, get a shot, and Harris a little bit out of sync with everyone else. It's the third or fourth time he's trying to create, well, not really create, just shoot it off the dribble. Dribble hasn't really helped him. He's 0 for 3 in that department. And the foul's called. Baliga will be charged with a personal. Bolpin sits down, 20-year-old, nice performance. Manny Harris outside the three-point line, puts it on the floor again. Penetrates, open for three, dropped it. Mike Green with his feet set, just stroked it from deep. Marquith Haynes into the half court. Shirella needs a pass, finds one. Pelic will move it on. Haynes coming back. Peric wants it down low. Go on baseline. Sakata. Peric with a hook shot for two. Needed those. They need to keep it ticking over here. Green again. They're going to challenge the defense whenever he has it. Great recovery by Peric. Sakata gets it in the block again. They like this matchup. Just turns around. It goes over. And Marquith Haynes. Just use the size he has. Don't overcomplicate the game. Peric lines up the three. Is long. Chance to run. That's an unsportsmanlike foul. Peric has to take one for the team. Poor decision. You've got to find other ways to stop the break. Mike Green, no good with a first. Green, normally a 80% free throw shooter, will bring it in at the halfway line. Green has it. Nice start here by AEK. Elonu with a pick. Green stops and pops and scores. Mike Green is in a nice place at the moment. Strokes the three, gets to the basket, draws contact. 8 points personal. Whistle on the play as Kelsey Barlow a little slow to close out. Mike Green will sit. Nice start to the game from Mike Green. Danopoulos checks in for him. Dominic Johnson turns the corner, can't get it to drop, gets his own rebound, powers up in the lane, off the glass, no good. Watt on the glass, works hard, new full team. Well, step back, tough three is good. Not exactly what you want out of the coaching manual, but when you lead your team in scoring, you get a green light. 1-2-2 shape now to the zone for Venezia. Sakota just buries it from three. It doesn't matter if you're in a zone or a man, you cannot leave that guy that open. Baseline penetration in traffic, nice pass. What down the middle? The runway was just given the green light and he took it, flew to the ring. Seven points personal for Mitchell Watt. Nice start for him too. This one's beginning to warm up. Venezia just need to hang around, tick it over. Nice pass. And Anu for two. Jenny Elanu, the recipient of the behind-the-back assist. Marcus Haynes, whistle on the play. Danopoulos will be charged with the personal. Nice find, great work against the closeout. Not need to pass, great help. Penetration. Orelek again attacks the closeout so well. Andy Harris will sit. Atic checks in. Coach Sakata will go deep to the bench and rotate. Six 6:03 to go in the half. And Venezia still hanging around the 10 points. They'd like to be closer. Danopoulos will handle and releases to beat pressure. And back to the 1-2-2 zone. Sakata thinks about going to the corner, will hand off to release. Goes to the block. Just about hangs on. Love the emotion. Sakata steps on the baseline, turns it over. Marqueth Haynes. Venezia into the half court. Well, wide open through the elevator screen. Ball belongs to Venezia, and at the moment, Dominic Johnson just can't get his rhythm going. Wide open look. Mitchell Watt And Sakata probably was the last touch. Doesn't really matter what I think. Sakata doesn't agree, but I think the referee is right. End line possession. Umana Reyer Venezia with the 10-point gap to try and make up. What on the out of bounds? Offensive foul. That's a clearly illegal screen. Weave action again for AEK. Defensive series by Venezia now, 7 on the possession. A little bit of footwork, no foul. Kelsey Barlow still really struggling to make an impact on this at the moment. Anopoulos in the lane, nice pass. Great block by Watt, goes up again, and the 2 for Elonu. Barlow just couldn't complete. Elonu swept the glass, puts it away, the 3 is gone, and the short defensive rebound owned by AEK. 3 guys on the glass. Acic wants it back, he's got to know where to go, finds it on. Penetration to the glass, throw that one down. Well, Kelsey Barlow takes all the frustrations out on Tunu and just takes him with him. That is not the picture you want to be in. 14-point advantage for the home club. 4:22 to go in the half. Dangerous times for Venezia.
Watch, in offense, we go with both shoulder cats. So Are or Pero, dribble here, hit the defense here, force the switch, and ball inside and team split. You can play your one-on-one. If we got nothing, the ball top, play the pick and spread the floor with the 4 or 3 men. Okay?
Well, the last 2 games for Venezia, both, it's the 3rd of a 3-game road series for Venezia. A 1-point loss in Madrid, followed by a very, very disappointing 28-point loss in Banvit. And then they end up with the last game of 2017 in Athens. It's a tough series of games. It does mean that obviously after that they have they literally have 50% of their games at home after that. A more regular set of fixtures. This is a tough old road trip series. There's 3 games away in Madrid, followed by the trip to Banvit in Turkey, and now into Athens, and returning home to Italy every weekend for the home game in the domestic league. Tough series for Venezia. They looked tired last week when they lost to Banvit. And if they don't steady the ship now, this could become a nasty experience here in the Greek capital. Marqueth Haynes has a look, sees what he has. Mitchell Watt will go back to him. Peric wants it. Great move to the far side of the ring. Peric again attacks high and gets to the middle. Well, they thought about the 3. Great defense by Watt. He really is having a first half. Marqueth Haynes in transition, doesn't like his options, will back it out. Watt on the trowel. Tries to back in, feels the help. Inside, outside, extra pass. Johnson wide open for three. That's great transition basketball by Ike. Explored it, looked to go inside, reversed it, ended up with a wide open look. Just find the open man when you've got the numerical advantage. It all starts with a defense. Great stand by Watt. Gives it up. And we go inside, outside, extra pass, wide open. Dominique Johnson. And he just fills it up from the three-point line.
There is no help from these positions. Hey, what happened? This is not mismatch. He has to go down. So why you let your player? We put them in a game with this. Kelsey, one-on-one defense. You don't need to help. Except if you see the shot from the opposite side, you can go rebound. So you keep your man out of.
So after the Johnson three and the timeout, Ike will bring it. Little token pressure up the floor by Venezia. Oh, Sakata goes 1 for 2, 71% across the Basketball Champions League, first 8 games. Haynes looks inside. Oh, Orlik missed the pass completely. Fortunately, Venezia get another look at it. End line possession for the Italian club. Marquith Haynes will inbound. Or that quick release on the three-point line is short. Haynes tries to keep it alive. Chance to run. Great look. Easy two. All about the decision. All about the decision to look. And Edin Acic gets the two. Nice response. Marquith Haynes flares, gets the two. Four points personal for Haynes. Anopoulos, well, ambitious to say the least, but fortunately Ike will end up with it. There's already 3 red shirts there. Peric just barrels his way, gets the two. Just coming up to 2 minutes to go in the half, and Venezia just hanging around now. 9-point game. 8 points personal for Peric off the bench. Big impact by him. Goes the inside, little hang time for 2. Kelsey Barlow. Well, he was struggling earlier in the game. Big time dunk, and then plays like this have really got him going. Orlik checks back in. They really need his points. Leads this team in scoring on the season. completes the unwon play. Back out to a 12-point advantage for AEK Athens. 6 points personal for Barlow. Wow, waited long enough, came off the dribble, knocks it down. Back to a 9-point game. Venezia really have steadied the ship. Benopoulos will take the Sakata ball screen. Sakata steps out, puts it on the floor, attacks it. Extra pass. James in the lane, it's knocked away. Chance to run. Numbers down the floor for Venezia. Mark with Haynes. Peric. Nice look. Orelek for three is short. And Watt picks up the personal. Last minute of the half. And it's still trying to work their way back in. They've stopped the bleeding. That's the important thing. It's not getting any bigger now. They've had chances to get it to 7, to 6. But AEK still coming up with great plays. That'll help if you're a Umana Reyer Venezia fan. Delroy James misses the first. He makes a second. Moves it out to an 11-point game. Peric in the block, guarded by Sakata again. Nice pass, easy two. Madiga gets the two, just ducked him brilliantly. 8-point game. Last 30 seconds is, again, what's been a really intriguing first half. Last 10 seconds in. The Venezia really get positive here. Could make this a 6 or even a 5-point game. Oh, and Haynes does. And after all the tremendous play by AEK in the first half of this game, that three from Haynes brings them back to within 5. AEK have taken a timeout with something like 0.9 to go.
Nothing. I don't want to risk any foul in screen, you know. So just make stay like this, you know. So 2 guards here, 1 out of up. Around the pick, if you can see this pass before half court.
Ricardo, and one is Bruno. Everything is, okay? And the other back. Let's go.
Come on, Reed. Come on, Reed.
Watch your shot with that. Make up shot with that.
Here we go then, last play of the first half. Benopoulos, Sakata will get, has to go from the halfway line. Oh! Did all but make the prayer from the halfway line, San Sakata. But that does it for the first half. Walter Raphael would have taken that. Halfway through that second quarter, he would have taken a 5-point negative margin because his team looked like they could potentially be down 15. Great effort by Umana Reyer Venezia to get right back in this. 13 fouls for Venezia, a little worrying when it gets into the latter stages of the game. But that's been a great one. Great first half. Tremendous start by AEK. And Umana Venezia just dug in a little. Weathered the really excellent play of Maduritas, 10 and 6 in the first quarter. Tremendous performance by the vet. And they've found a way to get back in the game. So they tried it 42-37 at the half. We're going to get some highlights of that first half in a moment. And then we'll be ready for the second half to see if I can get the home win and sweep Venezia, having won away in Venice earlier in the competition, or will Venezia get themselves back on track after a couple of upsets. We'll see you shortly for the second half. Welcome back to Athens. Crowd just relaxing after a nice little comeback by Venezia towards the end of that second period. Down double digits. Peric really did spark them coming off the bench. Marcus Haynes got himself going, and all of a sudden we had a game that looked like Athens were in control of, were managing it, were getting shots they wanted. But that little burst towards the end of the first half has really got Umana Venezia close enough now that they're not chasing the game. This is set up really nicely to end 2017 Basketball Champions League action on a high with a good one here in the Olympic Hall in Athens. I mean, this group is just fascinating. You know, Banvit with a 6-3 record. If Umana Reyer Venezia can snap this little losing streak that they're on, they would go 6-3 as well. Obviously, Bayreuth and Strasbourg facing off. AEK, if they get the win here, go to 5-4, move up into the top 2-3 places. So this group is, with the exception of Rosa Ladom, who are a little bit detached at 1-8. Petro Olympia with 3-6 are right in the mix. So 7 teams still in contention for 4 places. So this one is really poised. So it's a win here for either team would really help the cause. So 42-37 at the half. Like, for all their control in the first quarter, let it slip in those last few minutes, which really has opened the door for Umana Reyer Venezia. So I hope you're refreshed. Welcome back, wherever you're joining us from. Scene set for the second half here. Just trying to get the clock to run down. And AEK with a 42-37 lead over Venezia, and Venezia will have the first look at it in the third quarter. Marcus Haynes, who came alive towards half-time. See if he can pick it up where he left off. Peric in the post, and just blew the gimme. Great little set, cleared out the low post, little lateral from block to block, and he just blew a 2-footer. Tempo was pretty quick in the half court for Venezia on that one. Mavridis back in the game, gets a touch early on, tries to back in and back in again. Ball's knocked away. Mavridis is going to be called for the offensive foul. Let's take a look. Well, let's just move on. Marcus Haynes gets it off the Peric. Go inside, both teams taking it inside. Orlik will go inside out. Peric deep, 9 on the possession. Dominique Johnson stops, fires up the 3. Nothing but string on it. 2-point game. You've got to throw it in high, surely. Delaware James has got to be a threat. Puts it on the floor. Goes to the far side of the ring for 2. Nice move. Orlik inside, outside. Haynes for the quick release is way off. Aaron Zakis will, and we got a cheap one on Marcus Haynes, just a little reach. One of those fouls you don't like. No need for it, not really getting any advantage out of it. 6-7 on the possession. Well, the deep three from Laranzakis is no good. Haynes comes down with a rebound and pushes. Peric leads the break. Oh, what a block! All right, James came from the weak side. You just pinned it. Drops it to Maverides for two. That's how to turn defense into offense. Peric attacks it on the break again, guarded as he was last time by Delaware James. Three is short for Biliga. And Mike Green says, let's try and build on this 6-point lead. Tries to turn the corner. Now we'll get a Maverides ball screen, which is big. Green stops, fires the three, and just fills it up from beyond the arc. 9-point advantage for Ike. And Delaware James got caught a little bit off balance. Nice move by Peric to go. Here's the block. Not in my house. Gives it up, and they're off and running. And who's down the floor? Dimitris Maverides. And then Maverides just creates a huge space. Peric floats it for two. Eight points personal, 4 from 7 from the floor. Nice game so far for Roy Pelic. Green again with Maverides. This little two-man game. Maverides looks to slip. It's all about James, this one. Puts it on the floor, far side of the ring. Well, he did everything but score. Oilik leads the break. Nice little give and go, but kicked away by Laranzakis. Green gives it up. Manny Harris goes down low. Laranzakis likes the post up. Looks to work to the baseline. Second move, goes up with a right hand hook. Doesn't get a drop, but gets his own rebound and draws the foul. Venezia are going to sub as Dominique Johnson will sit. Second one is good for Laranzakis, opens it out to an 8-point lead. 6:09 to go in the third. Get the feeling that Coach Sakata just doesn't feel comfortable though. They let Venezia back in at the end of the first period, the first half. Watt doesn't get the turnaround. Defensive rebound by Laranzakis. Green, early ball screen action, and will look to hit the second side. Laranzakis comes back to the middle. Lays it in there for Maverides in traffic. And Watt did well not to foul. Played very controlled. Baldwin pushes. Early touch for Orlik. Great defensive effort. Tremendous work at the defensive end by Manny Harris. Just so quick. James has it. Will open the floor. Mavridis will Harris the basketball. Harris comes off the screen, stops, fires up the three, is off. Defensive rebound is pulled in by Orlik. And bullpen will. Great effort. Tremendous defensive effort by James. He's such an athlete defensively. But technically, look, staying close, reaching through that top hand, just can't stay in bounds. Bullpen in the half court. Haynes has it. Has to fire up the one deep on the shot clock. It's a great box out by Delroy James. It's not just about being an athlete. Just boxed out, held his space. Green moves it on. Mavridis is the recipient. And Harris just laid it out there for Mavridis. 10-point lead. And Ike back in control.
We got the ball here. Wait for the rear screen. We rush too much, guys. Go ball inside. Go round side. Okay. And we play with Mitch here, Ore here. Dribble over, screen the screen. Round side.
Wrong side. Wait for the screen.
Ball inside. Okay. Be ready in defense for the zone. Okay.
Wait for the screen.
Come on, guys. Come on. We need to
go.
score more.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Every time, this. When they get ball, watch this situation for first pass, not to go. First pass, talk every time coming back in defense. To put them in a longer
Too fast to give, Sam. Too fast to give. And Good to give, guys. Good to give.
Well, Mavridis with 14.6 rebounds. 32 years young, running the floor so well. Really large part of the responsibility for this current Ike lead is down to Dimitris Mavridis. So coming out of the timeout. This is where Venezia struggled in Banvit. These road trips were maybe starting to wear them down a little. Bolbin has it, needs a pass, finds one. .421 in quarter three. Moves it on, Bullpen attacks it. Nice pass. Mitchell, what with a dunk. Pick and roll action. Beautiful release. Mike Green just waited and waited. A little separation from the defense and knocks it down. Watt has it blocked. Mavridis just takes care of business in the keyway. And Ike will walk it at him again. And now it's Manny Harris's turn. This is deja vu for Venezia. This is what Banvit did to them in the third period. Just picked it up a level and Venezia didn't have a response. Ball's knocked away with a foot. Dominic Johnson trying to come back to the middle. Orlik will sit down. A little bit of frustration. So what do? You go to your vets. Go to Thomas Less. Johnson thinks about it. Rest will reverse it. Break, rip through and go as Bullpen took it to the baseline. End line possession. And Dominic Johnson will inbound. Corella finds Johnson off the down screen, takes the rest screen, stops and fires. It is long. Offensive rebound, nope, just seems to fall into the hands of Ballpin. Peric is fouled on the way back up. Did a great job to stay with the plate. Peric's chance to eat into the 13-point advantage. Still an eternity to go. 2:41 in the third. So I get it into the half court. Again, let's see it go with the zone. A little matchup. Trying to find ways to take Ike out of rhythm here. Narantzakis needs to go up. They take the three, is short. And then Mavridis just takes care of business. Goes back up for two. Dimitris Mavridis has just been phenomenal. Venezia have to take the timeout because Harris has just flushed one on him. Watch his quickness, it's gone. Ballpin just gets his pocket completely and utterly picked. Rafael has a problem now. This team has been in this situation before and they're not folding as such. They just don't have the energy or they don't have the options. And then they've done it again. Harris again, or this time James for two. It's not exactly the outcome after the timeout. 1:40 in the third. Peric tries to do it on his own, goes with the left hand, gets the drop for two. Green looks down low, Sakata feels the double team, inside, outside. James inside is fouled as he tried to go up. Nice pass by Green again. And this scenario with Venezia must be worrying Coach Rafael. In the game in Banvit at the half, blown away second half, and at the moment it's a little bit deja vu. They lost at the weekend and lost pretty heavily. Lost heavily to Banvit, and this could get a little nasty here in Athens. Just have to stop the bleeding right now. 19-point margin. And another steal. That's not stop the bleeding. Watch out. Manny Harris, all of a sudden, looks all world. Green pretty much in control of whatever he wants to be in control of at the moment. Last 30 seconds of the third. James will screen, pull up for the three, is good. It's like tossing into the ocean at the moment. They just cannot miss. 70-48. 22-point margin, and Venezia are going to be on the back end and the wrong end of another big loss at this rate. 3 to answer is no good. Burridge can't get it, and that'll do it for quarter three. And I have increased the points tally again. They've gone 17, 25, and 28. An 11-point quarter for Umana Reyer Venezia. Harris has had 2 breakaway dunks from his defense. They are in complete control. This is going to take a huge effort from Venezia. Let's take a listen.
They steal every pass on the passing line. Use the body. We finish with no bonus. With no bonus. Come out for foul trouble. Spend all the fouls. Let's go. Don't go under. Don't go under.
And first pass is key. So deny this pass and put them in a longer game after. You see, you have to recognize if there is switching defense on Orly or not. We're gonna talk.
I got Orly. He's got finish. Look, when they call one dude, he's right here.
So start of the fourth. Ike with a first look at it. And they're 22 points to the good. That's 2 quick whistles. Tonut. He's going to be charged with a personal on that. And if there were wheels on this wagon, they have firmly come off. Mike Green will inbound. Manny Harris feeding it now. Long 2 is short. It's a little heavy. Decent balls by Urlek. And Muckweth Haynes will advance it. Takes the early screen. Looks to turn the corner. Great recovery. You've got to give Mike Green so much credit for what goes up and one. No way Mitchell Watt is giving this one up. Can't get the second to drop. Kelsey Barlow will back it out. Marqueth Haynes lays it out there. Reverse layup is no good. Defensive rebound pulled down. Green will get a second string from Sakata, who will look to an extent roll. Just pops into the little gap, goes up. Will go to the free throw line. Maverides is back, crowd love it. Cotter makes a second. In the lane, looks to pass. Great rotation coming back. Quick push. Great find. Sakata gets his feet set for three. Is no good. Inside, outside. Manny Harris thought about it, turned it down. Now he steps in for the long two. Is no good. Again, they're milking the pick and roll. Down the middle in traffic, we'll go to the free throw line. Green just continues to impress. Green's good with the first. $18 points personal. He's been absolutely top class this evening. There's 2 for 2 from the line. Whistle on the play as it was just put it on the floor, going to the middle. You cannot let middle penetration happen. 7:39 to go in the fourth, and at the moment, Ike just managing time. It's going to take something very special from this Venezia lineup. And here come Ike again. Nice lift. Sakata, just textbook. Pick and roll, they rolled the lane, everyone got sucked in, stopping the roller. Sakata just lifts wide open, beautiful pass. Trying to live on scraps here at the moment. It's got to go up. Oh, and steps back, takes a tough one off the glass. Late night opening here in Athens. Green trying to turn the corner. Numbers down the floor. 2-on-1 for the finish. Timeout for Ike. I think Sakata's seen enough. Doesn't want to get any momentum being built by the team from the Italian League, Venezia. And with the timeout being called, it's still a 20-point game.
Choices, either go offensive or go back, because you see what they do. Only way they think this is easy basket. 3-point shot or penetration or a transition. So we have to stop this week. We have 2 more fouls to give, not stupid fouls, but if necessary, to stop 3-point shot or to stop any transition before. Straight on the ball, no on the man. Now,
Become the Malachias.
hey, Mike, go. So far we have big guy inside, we have to try inside. Otherwise I go with the
Hey, if we fuck
small
up,
ball.
just run back. No easy baskets. That's all we need.
Let's go. 5 down, huh?
Horns down, but we play all.
Horns down.
Switch it, no problem. We'll continue. This is Hey,
You come out, go over.
You understand?
6:10 to go in the fourth. Get through the next few minutes and I can relax and enjoy the win. Tough one off the glass, they don't get the drop. Luis is there again. What can you say about Dimitris Mavridis? On the free throw line again. Three doesn't get to go. And you're watching this game and you're thinking, well, how can Venezia get back into it? Well, the zone or some traps might help. They can't let this happen. Mavridis for the easy 2. I'm pointing at someone else going on. Sakota had to take one for the team. Dominic Johnson will inbound. Orlik sits down. Stagger screen, tries to turn the corner again. Sakota, nice lift for 3, is long. Now what comes down with it? Stops, fires up the 3, is no good. Defensive rebound by Laranzakis. Well, Watt's just a colossus still underneath there. Peric inside. Off the right foot, or the left foot with the right hand. Laranzakis puts it on the floor. Nice pass, and Mavridis can't handle it. Just mistimed it a little. I think Malloridis' work for the night might be done. Sorella needs a pass, finds one. Very satisfied looking AEK bench at the moment. This will really slip them into contention for the last 16. Moves it on again. They hit the second side really nicely. Ehrlich down the middle is blocked. Big time effort. Cavadas now runs the floor. That's not a travel, I don't believe, in the way the new interpretation is worded, although I don't know. But it looked like to me a gather step, but who knows what a gather step is. What does it matter what I think? Anyway, the officials called the travel, 79-58, and Cavadas has to run the full length of the floor to commit the violation. Schroeder's going to sit. Moriartis is going to get some time. Green's going to sit. That'll be it for him. Marco Haynes on the free throw line. One for two. Back to a 20-point game in the last 3 minutes. Moriartis gets it off. And Cavadas is fouled, and here we go to the free throw line. Vasilis Cavadas.
Screen down for Bruno. Bruno received the ball. On it. Screen here for DJ. And Bruno.
Interesting to see if any of the media in Athens will pick up this little losing streak that Umana Venezia are on.
With ball to Cats here. Ball dopo il blocco, fai questo per colpire. Ne abbiamo 2, 4 qui per il flare. Il single out. Ok? We go, thumb down. In front with the team. What do you do? Team.
You're going to be inside open for sure. If they send a help, kick the ball in the corner. Okay? Point is to be serious until the end. Be defense, talk in defense, control rebound, don't rush. Go!
Well, message clear from Coach Sakata. Serious until the end. His team are in a very, very strong position. 20 points up. All about that tremendous third quarter. 79-59 they lead it with these to come from Cavadas. Well, Cavadas goes 1 for 2. Marcus Haynes, nice pass. Dominique Johnson pulls up, pulls the trigger, and we got a whistle. Liga comes up with the positive stat. Gets the drop. And here is Boradis. Kelsey Barlow puts it on the floor, looks to be aggressive. Johnson in the lane, mishandles, tries to go up. Gets rewarded by a trip to the free throw line. A lot of unhappy faces on the Venezia bench. A lot of unhappy faces on the floor. They've been completely dismantled in that third quarter. Nice curl. Stops and pops on the three-point line. Is short, gets another attempt at it. Four on the possession in the lane. I think they count that as good. More subs coming in for the last 1:15. Ballpin's already seen some action already. And Sakata had nowhere to go. They're looking at him. A little contact away from the ball with Barlow, but like there it is. And I'm not really sure what so now we're back to the serious business of playing one into the last minute. Game is sort of ebbing away at the moment. 51 seconds to go, 80-63. Impressive AEK performance throughout most of the game, especially in that third period. Oh, Cavadas got so deep on the ducking. He only had one option to foul him. Caldas comes straight off the bench, gets involved, makes his free throws, just sums up what a complete performance this has been by AEK. Can't get it to drop from deep. Defensive rebound is Barlow's. He'll advance it. Caldas desperate to try and get a field goal and does. And that'll do it. That has been a complete dominant performance by AEK. Game fizzled out after that tremendous third quarter. Umana Reyer Venezia have a problem. A third straight loss in the Basketball Champions League, and they get a little deja vu moment. They get dominated by a team in the second half in the same way they were dominated by Banvit. And they lose this one 84-64. 51 and 41% for AEK. A little moment at the end of the second quarter where Venezia got in it. But Umana Reyer, the experienced coach, has got some thinking to do. They've got through this 3 games away from home stretch. It's been incredibly difficult. And AEK now put themselves right back in the mix. And Venezia have got to stop the rot. Green with 19 points. Mathuridis was just 1 rebound short of a double-double. Watt probably single-handedly almost kept Venezia in it. All over the stat line is Mitchell Watt. And the best thing Venezia can have is this break, a couple of weeks away from Basketball Champions League action, where they can refocus, just get back to remembering how they ended up leading this group 3 weeks ago. Now they've gone 3 losses in a row, and they are back in with everybody else trying to make the top 16. Well, here are the Group C stands. AEK go up to second at the moment, but obviously Strasbourg or Bayreuth will go above them, because one of those 2 teams will still have the 3 losses, but they are right in the mix, in form, in the right place at the right time, moving forward. Whereas Umana Reyer are the complete opposite, a team that is really struggling to remain competitive in games that in the past they have not only been competitive in, but have won. And losing's becoming a little bit of a habit. They've got to break it, whether it be in the league, at home in Italy, or in the Basketball Champions League. It's a very, very difficult time for Umana Reyer. Rosa Adon will be their visitors. Then they're on the road in Strasbourg. That doesn't get any easier. They have the bottom 2 teams in this group on 2 of the next 3 games when we start again in January. So that'll give them a chance to re-establish their position and re-establish some confidence. But at the moment, both those will be low. Opposite for AEK, it's been a very, very comprehensive performance. Very impressive, especially after a poor result of the weekend in the Greek League. They really did turn it on again this evening. A win away against the Estudiantes set them on the road. Last week they beat Venezia at home. This week then they're away in Banvit on January 10th. And then in Poland, so they're back-to-back away games. Doesn't get any easier. Then they have a huge game against Petro Olympia. But the way they're playing at the moment, who's going to bet against them making the top 16? If Mavarita stays healthy, this AEK team are going to be a handful. Green was very impressive. And they have good options coming off the bench. So the last set of games in 2017 see AEK impressively win. And lots of questions going to be asked about Umana Reyer Venezia. Well, we won't know the answers until 2018. So enjoy your Christmas between now and then, and join us again 9th, 10th of January when the Basketball Champions League action starts again. And which teams will progress to the top 16 will become clearer over the next few weeks. But for now, from Athens, we'll say good night, have a great Christmas, and we'll see you in 2018.